Oh, this time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. Long time got them jug jug lamp, now you got them electric light. Long time got them jug jug lamp, now you got them electric light. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. Long time got them broad broad bottom, now you got them tight tight straight. Long time got them broad broad bottom, now you got them tight tight straight. Long time got them broad broad bottom, now you got them tight tight straight. Long time got them broad broad bottom, now you got them tight tight straight. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. Long time got them broad broad churia, now you got them bamboo jai. Long time got them broad broad churia, now you got them bamboo jai. Long time got them broad broad churia, now you got them bamboo jai. Long time got them broad broad churia, now you got them bamboo jai. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na day before time. Long time full and bucket water, now you got them overhead. Long time full and bucket water. This time a long time, this time a long time, this na.
Pleasant good night, viewers, listeners, brothers and sisters, wherever you are. I am happy to be here once again, joining with you so that we can be able to share information as to what really is happening in Guyana, the Caribbean, and around the world. I am Dinesh Jaiprashad, and I am very happy to be here. I'm very pleased to be here on 107.1 FM family. I must say that last week I didn't get to do my program because of some difficulties, but nevertheless, I'm here tonight to share with you the people of Berbice, Region 6, Guyana, the Caribbean, around the world, as to what really is happening in Guyana as it relates to politics. Those of you who are listening to us via radio, special good night. Those of you who are on Facebook and whatever medium you're using, special good night. Welcome. Share the link if you can, and spread the word so that more of our brothers and sisters can be able to tune in so that they can hear what really is happening. With me tonight are very special individuals, two gentlemen who are very much involved in the activities involving region number 6. And I must say that it's a pleasure to have them tonight so that they will be able to share with us some of the things happening in East Berbice quarantine and what we can do as a people to be able to ensure that all our brothers and sisters in Region 6 receive the necessary services. Appearing on screen right now is the councillor for the Corriverton municipality. He is a minister for religion, a very prominent individual, someone who has been very much forceful in his work in terms of getting the what the people deserve, reach them and ensure that they are very much satisfied. Also, at the center of the screen is a vibrant young individual who has recently earned himself a position as the treasurer for the People's National Congress Reform, the PNCR, and he is Mr. Fayaz Mursalin. Special welcome to you, Brother Anil Sugrim and Fayaz Mursalin. I know that tonight we will give enough information to our brothers and sisters wherever they are viewing from, wherever they are listening from, so that they will be able to understand the plights, the situation that are facing our people in Guyana. So good night, gentlemen, and special words of welcome.
Good night, Dinesh. Thank you for having me on your program and giving me this opportunity. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Panit. Good night, and it's always been a pleasure to be on 107.1 FM. It's a great platform, and we always are grateful for Mark taking the opportunity in sharing vibrant, accurate, genuine information pertaining to what is happening in our community and what is happening across this country. And this is no propaganda. This is vibrant, live, solid, genuine information. And we're glad that Mark has been doing a fantastic job in facilitating us to use 107.1 FM. We're asking our viewers tonight to please like and share the link. Share so that we can have more people on this program tonight, listening, tuning in to hear what we have to share with you.
Thank you very much. And indeed, it's a pleasure to have you, gentlemen, on the program tonight. I will ask the operator to bring up two pictures for us, and that will set the tone for tonight's discussion. It is very sad. It is very sad that this is a street in the number 66 village. That's in the upper quarantine area there. And a parent sent this photo to me. This picture is showing that a child is there walking through mud to get to school. And we know that we are a very rich state at the moment, oil producing nation, Guyana. And this is the plight that our poor people have to go through. And look at the other one, the one that is coming up now. This one will say a million of things. This is a road that is leading to a cemetery. I don't know how many of the dead use this, but this is a road leading to the cemetery, the Great Babujan Cemetery Road. And it is more than 6-inch thick quality being done there for the dead. And the other one, where school children, parents, elderly, pensioners, all these use this road on a daily basis. Nothing is being done there. So that's the setting for tonight's discussion. We know that we have had a series of failure to upkeep the promise that was made by the PPP administration, and I want to start that off tonight with our dear comrade Anil Sugrim, councillor for the Corruption municipality. Sir, what is your take on those picks?
Well, you know, Pandit, I'm glad to have Fiaz with us tonight. You know, Corruption is between 5274 NDC and Crabwood Creek. Now, 5274 NDC, the Corruption municipality, and the Crabwood Creek NDC, they are dominated by the PPP. I could tell you clearly off that none of these areas, taxpayers are getting any benefit out of what they are paying to the NDCs and the municipality. Zero services are provided for them by these NDCs and municipalities. That is one of the streets that we were able to put up tonight at 66. There are streets in 64. There are streets in 65. There are streets in 67. And we can keep calling all these villages. They're in terrible situation. They're in terrible state. People live there. I could tell you there was a street, the school street in 64 village, that in the middle of the street is where they lay the pipeline. And so every time they want to go to the pipe, they dig up the street. And when they dig up the street, is a hole at the middle of the street. And GWI never attend back to it. I tell you that they build the beach road going out to the beach at 63 Beach. And at the very end of the school street, there is a big drop where the street connected. And up to today, no one could have seen the need to get that fixed. Look at that street. You talk about making a road to Babajan, all right. You make the road to Babajan, we get graves and we get tomb and we get crematorium and so on there. All them things that down there. But then we talking about street that people actually traverse on every living day. We got school back in full swing. These are streets that should have priority. These are the streets that NDC should ensure that is prepared when we get rain that you can walk without man. Let me tell you something, Bandit. Let me tell you something. And to our listeners and viewers here tonight. We're talking about the Isle State. We're talking about one Guyana. Well, I don't know what they call one Guyana. Me gotta try to understand what this one mean. They're talking about one Guyana. I can't understand what they're talking about one Guyana. Because there is nothing that is going on the upper quarantine in particular here that we can see and learn of knowing that is one Guyana. And so why would children in this time supposed to be traversing street that is in that condition?
So true.
You're talking about you got to go to a classroom. How you going to walk through in these days? How you going to walk through, a street like that with your shoe and your boots, your uniform to go to school? Now, Dinesh, if you ask, there was a lot of problem more than that. When we come to the public road, rain or fall, them rice farmer drive them tractor body with cage wheel, mud up the whole road again. Children got to walk on that road. You can't apply bricks. When the coalition was in government, 80% of that actually was eradicated.
Exactly.
They try. A tractor that driving on the public road, they're supposed to be driving with the right side cage wheel on, but they're driving with all the cage wheel on the road, messing up the whole road. People complaining all the time. The street is in a deplorable state. We got the road, the main thoroughway, the one single thoroughway that we have on the quarantine, where tractor drive and pelt mud all over the place. It become an obstacle to you even when it dry, because it pelt to you and hit you. Then when it's soft, it's mud everywhere. When we look at all of this situation that is happening, what is the authority doing? There is nothing more than that we can see from these NDCs and municipality is that, for one man, one thing is right. And for the other man, the very thing is wrong. That is the total level of skullduggery that is taking place on the upper quarantine. So when we talk about a street, there are several things that we can talk about. And we can keep talking from now till tomorrow morning about what is happening in this place because of these people. I can tell you, man, I traverse this place. I go around all of these places. That's a terrible situation. And these are things that we gotta do to ensure that we come forward, to share this information. Recently, the Corverton Town Council are getting 21 million from subvention money. They got a place they call Little Africa, Elijah Mary, known as Little Africa. They haven't identified, this is a 4th year, 3 year, another time elapsed, 4th year in this council. And they haven't done anything whatsoever in an area called Elijah Mary, Little Africa. What are we talking about, one Guyana? The mayor can make brand new road where you live. If you got to take all the money and use it there, their weight ain't going to be used. Recently, we got little rain. We're talking about the road of 66. We're talking about a tongue opposite the Springlands police station, Ishmael Street. Just the rainfall, that street flood. It flood. They got a callboard there that under the callboard needs some cleaning. The mayor tell me clearly that he ain't got time with that. The people who live through the street to look there after. You get Itabo Street. Just the rainfall, the whole street inside flood, the people kitchen, bottom house, everything flood. You get the access street that fires is used, that the custom is used, the immigration is used, canoe is used, fire is used, ambulance is used. We have proposed for that street to be rehabilitated for years and years and years. They get no interest in it whatsoever. So this is the one guy I know we're talking about. This is the development where we're expecting to get from these people that heading these institutions. I can tell you, man, Corriverton is being led by smugglers and money launderers. These are the kind of people that operate in these towns. When you go back to the NDC, pardon?
I said well said, well said.
When you go back to the NDC, you know, 5274, like Crabwood Creek and Corriverton Municipality, some of those good men that is in there that are PPP, they can't talk, they can't say nothing. And because they can't talk, what you believe happened? They eventually leave the council. They're not going there anymore. And the shame, they're not even remove the names from the catalog that there is a part. The shame, they still put them name there.
Okay.
They still put the name, you know, that they get a full house and they don't get a full house. Them men are go, them women are go, because they can't say nothing. And I have said it over and over. I just make representation for the PPP councillor when you go to statutory, because they can't talk at the statutory, because they call them after and they whip them. Like give them a small children, like that small child living a walk through the mud. That is the kind of people that operate in this country. That is the kind of people. But we got to make sure, you know, our position at this time is to ensure that people are dealt with fairly. You know, people are dealt with fairly. People can get justice. People can get fairness. You know, you get $2 divided up in a constituency, you know, in the NDC or the municipality, divided up that everybody can get a little bite of it. You don't give one section of the people or a particular group of people and then you sideline and marginalize the others. You don't do that. That is not what will develop this country. That is not what will develop a Region 6 and Berbice. It's not going to develop Demerara nor Essequibo in that manner. In order for us to have a square development across this nation, is that people ought to be treated fairly. People ought to be treated at the same level. And if we don't do that, well, then there is chaos and skullduggery that continue to take place. We're talking about a street there, MP. We get people encroaching on the parapets of streets and even the main thoroughway. We got tractor and trailer a park all about the road. Now, let me tell you something. The man that we are paying road service, we are paying for fitness. And then which side we money going, man? We got to drive on the road. You talk about 52 to 59 public road. I hear about 4 different contractor, must be for the last 6 to 8 months, walk on the road. I tell a friend, man, you know what happened? The place get aisle, let them bring Exxon Mobil and let them better dig drill of aisle because they can't get the road fixed. Yeah, let them bring CGX and see they have board. You say, man, let them see if they get aisle.
Exactly.
You know, if they make one bridge from 52 to 59 on the road, that bridge might cost cheaper and provide better service than all them contractor who are building them, man. Yeah, millions and millions of dollars going down the drain and they can't get the thing right. Watch the condition of the road again. Watch the condition of the road. Yeah? Then you get people building nice car with colorboard, which is good, which is nice for the. But when they're done building thing, they put tire, they put bowlers, they put chain, they put iron peg, and all them kind of thing. We're talking about a developed country. We're talking about oil and gas. We cannot allow people. The law should apply to every man fairly. What goes to you goes to me. Every man. Look at the street, man. Eh? Watch the street. Why they ain't buy a boat for the area? That would make God if rain real fall heavy. Because how children can be traversing those conditions all the time. Eh? In every situation. Look at them. Look at them players. Apart from the mud MP, Fayaz, apart from the mud, look at it, look at the bush, look at the weeds on both sides of the street. And with this condition, you get snakes and all kind of thing around to them thing. The NDC is supposed to ensure that thing is properly cut and slashed. You know, I've talked a lot already. Let me just give you guys a chance to speak because, you know, I can keep talking all the time. Y'all know that. But I just want us to understand, and I want our viewers to understand, y'all share this link. Share this link. Tune into 107.1 FM radio. And remember, this program is not going to done when we come off. We continue, so you stay tuned in and listen to what we want to share with you that are genuine facts that is happening in this place.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. We do not want to cut you out, right? Because all that you are saying there, that is what the people needs to hear. You are saying the truth and the whole truth. And if we want to have a one Guyana that the PPP claim, and you are having inequality like this, it shows that you are not in for one Guyana. And you made mention about the Little Africa situation up in the quarantine. I think we brought that up already right here on the program, how blatantly the PPP administration discriminate against certain areas. I'm saying that without the oil fund, we were doing, let's say, 10 or 12 streets per year. And now with all these money, we are doing less. It means that something happening. Somebody is siphoning away the funds into other purposes. I am saying, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, if you're talking about one Guyana, if you're talking about democracy, if you're talking about helping people, then we must come clean. As our brother Anil made mention, if you have $100 to spend it. Let the people see that the money is going back to them. And we know that the NDCs are dead dogs, collecting the taxes and not doing anything.
You see, that's the problem. The problem is, you know, the people in NDCs and municipalities area should be receiving services for their rates and taxes. They're paying rates and taxes, and they should be receiving services. Like I could tell you, Curveton, you pay to dispose of garbage, and yet they can't do a proper job. You pay $300 a barrel, $100 bag. People pay, you know, $1,500, $2,000 a week if they can dispose of the garbage, and they can't run a proper disposal service.
Exactly.
You know, they can't get it properly done, even though you pay for that on the side. So the rates and tax that you're paying, you're not getting no benefit from it whatsoever. More than the mayor can enjoy that. He can get free security house. Telephone can be paid for by the council, and he can use the Tonkel Volkswagen, and he can drive the Vaxi all over the place before some business. Council got to fuel it, and he can use Tonkel's phone and make all them call we can make for personal business and taxpayer money got to pay for them. That is the kind of people that we're dealing with that is overlooking the affairs of the people. You know, what are you getting? What are you getting? You know, one time I told the people in Curveton, you know, we need to protest the council by withdrawing our rates and tax. Don't pay rates and tax, withdraw it then, man. You know, a farmer protest. So that because when y'all provide the service, well, then we're not paying rates and tax to pay your staff in the office and to run telephone and run camera and run coffee. We're paying rates and tax so that we can get services in our community that we live. And that is not what we are getting in the NDC at 5274 Crabble Creek, nor in Curveton. Why people at Crabble Creek keep protesting? Let me tell you a story. Quick time. They protest against a chairman that been down there. But they move the chairman and give you a better job. because they moved the chairman from being a chairman of the NDC and they make you a liaison officer for community policing. Where you get one salary, where you get one gratuity, where you get a motorcycle, where you get more allowances and benefits, you know. So you move a man that the people protest for because of that which he was doing, and they give you a better position, they can get more money. You can
Yes.
believe the people, you can believe these people. You can believe these people.
Understand.
It's
But you know,
unbelievable.
Mr. Subeb, this is the art of the PPP. This is the way how they operate. Before we go further, Mr. Borsalit, good night again, sir.
Good night, Dinesh.
I know that Pastor
And you said a
Anil
lot. He said
has
a
been
lot.
firing. I know he has been
Yes.
firing.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
congratulate Anil because he's been on the helm on the PPP in the council, and he's doing a very fantastic job representing the people of Corriverton. And on the point of that street what I saw there at number 66, it's a very bad state our country is in right now because, for example, Dinesh, I want you to take this photo and carry it into Parliament and show Priya Manik Chan the state on which the students are going to school. Where is the Because We Care initiative by the PPP government? Is this because we care? Is this the street we want our kids to go in the 21st century oil-producing Republic of Guyana? No,
Exactly.
it is not. And I think the PPP is shooting themselves in the foot by not giving their supporters who put them in the government. Number 74, 5474 NDC is mainly controlled by a PPP council. And the PPP continues to create a division in communities, in municipalities by segregating red villages and green villages, by giving green villages less subvention, by giving the PPP control council and municipality more subvention. This is not the reality. Everyone, as Anil said, should be treated equally. We want an equal Guyana. We want a Guyana that is equally developed with the oil revenues that are coming from our resources.
Exactly.
PNC initiated long years ago.
So true. So true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a very shameful situation we are in Guyana under the PPP racist cabal.
Yeah. Indeed that is so. Indeed that is so. And I want to go back on one point that you made mention of, as it relates to if the PPP can treat their supporters like this.
Like this, yeah, correct.
What they will do with those people who have not supported them.
Themselves in the foot because these are their own supporters. These are their own person who put the people and who put them in power.
Which brings us to the point now of all the fake promises. Vote for we can do this.
Exactly.
Vote for we back their states.
I could say that
1,000 jobs.
The PPP is a big bunch of liars.
They are fooling the people. And I want to say it openly. The PPP received the largest proportion of vote from the 52-74 NDC last election.
Yep.
And these are their supporters, and the brothers and sisters who are living in the area. If they can fix a road, look at the 56 area there, 59 area there. The road is in a terrible state. You are living there. You vote for them. If they can fix a road for you in 20 months, you think they're going to do it? You got to come out and tell them. You got to come out and ensure that the PPP fix the road. Imagine the Dare at Babujan come out and talk to them and they fix the road for them. You understand? We want to know how much of this they vote last election.
They don't want any footprints, Dinesh, so that's why they paved the road.
Exactly. So this is indicating that probably some of their chaps come out and vote last election. So that's why the man can get them promise fix up. You gotta give them a proper road. But coming back, one individual indicated earlier in a message that imagine in this day, 21st century, our people, our children walking in mud dams, and this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We have been walking in mud dams since slavery, since indentureship, since white man time, and still now the supporters of the PPP, I am calling on you. You voted for them last election, and you are still walking in mud. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. We need to hold them accountable. When they come to your villages, you got to hold them accountable, viewers and listeners. Ask them why is it that we are not able to have the
And
services that we
before
have.
we go, Dineshwar, when the
Yes.
APNU AFC coalition was in office during the 2015 to 2020 period, we were on a rampage for paved roads in Guyana. We were developing rapidly paved roads in Guyana because pre-2015 they were mud dams. Literally, majority of the streets and roads and junction were muds, and now we have gone back to pre-2015 in the
All
PPP.
PPP time. Same
All-
PPP. Same old PPP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean those viewers, people around the country you can go to Region 1 and you can see the quality of road that was
For
built
example,
during the
Latem Road.
AFC.
Yep.
The East Bank Road here, Barbies, East Bank Barbies, APNU did that project. Look at the bridge, 51 and Adventure, work on Gay Park. You know, these are quality pieces of work being done. But when the government changed, we going back to the old PPP system of deliberation. Um, Brother Anil, you made mention about how the PPP councillor cannot speak at the municipality. Is it that they don't want to speak, or the guys are afraid that if them talk anything, the man go all up on them and you understand? All these guys,
Well, well, you see, I don't. It's both. One, they are afraid to speak because most of them don't know to speak. And
and
secondly, they're afraid to speak because if they talk, they would be calling for fitness. So generally, they will not say anything. Man, you could witness, you could have gone to a meeting. You hear the meeting, the man chairing the meeting, and he said, I make an announcement, and he just read the announcement, and he says, all is in favor. That is how all is in favor. No, you can't, you're not running a meeting, and then you get a discussion, or you get a proposal in mind, and then you want to put it to the floor, and let we discuss it, and then let we go to a vote. It's every time I got wait. I am not in agreement with what you're saying. I am not in agreement with what you're saying, buddy. So
exactly.
you can't be saying that all is in agreement. So he already, the chair of the meeting would already,
Plan.
indicate at that meeting, well, this is what is going to happen. This is how it's going to be. So nobody can say anything,
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
so when you get into an argument with them, they say, because man, when you come this meeting, every time you come, they're glad if me show up there because that is done quick and gone home. But when me go, meeting are done.
Exactly.
So but the thing is, people must excuse me, people must get benefit for the money. You are paying for, sorry buddy, we apart from paying the town council rates and taxes, we go back to the streets. You get vehicles, people that get vehicle, they're paying road service, they're paying fitness, and when it expire, they're paying double because they gotta still go back and renew that fitness and renew that road service, and they can be charged and they still gotta pay a fine. Now,
Exactly.
those money is supposed to be used to build a road. If a man drive between 52, 59 and he light fall out, how you could charge a man? Is that the man's fault? Is that the man's fault? It's because the government hasn't been able to provide proper service for the man to drive a vehicle and you pay road service. So how we can get proper service when you not provide a road that the vehicle can run smoothly? You know,
Exactly. But
that's the kind.
that is high philosophical thought that a lot of people don't understand. And you made mention earlier that these are the councillors who are the representative of the people. And I want to bring this attention to the people out there. If you have a councillor representing you and he cannot talk at a meeting, he's a not a councillor. He's a blow. Your councillor must be your representative. Your councillors are the one that comes to the council with the issue from your area. Like Mr. Anil and like Mr. Fayaz and myself, we are councillors. We represent the people. That's why we come out and we talk what we got to talk and we expose what is happening so that our people can be able to get what is happening. So if the PPP councillor is operating at an NDC and you know what I'm saying, nothing, you zip him out and you talk say when Anil Supreme come to meeting at Teklang and they want to go home quick. It means then that they do not have any idea in terms of development. They just go there, sit down quietly, collect and say all in favor, yes, and then vote and then go home, collect the little prags. I am saying
they're not saying in favor, the chairman say all in favor. So they're not,
yes. Good. I'm saying your representative is the one that needs to speak for you. This has nothing to do with politics and PPP and AFTU and AFC. A councillor, even if you're a PPP councillor or APNU, AFC councillor, you are representing a set of individuals, be it your constituency or the general NDC. You must take to the council issues affecting the NDC, the people. So that road at 66, the councillor responsible for that area there needs to go tomorrow at the NDC and say, here we got to full run there. Because we got to ensure that the people walk on run so that next time around, they're going to have a road. But if the NDC councillor is not doing that, is not representing the people, then you viewers, the people in the 5274, you got to know what you got to do next election. Next local government election, put somebody who's going to represent you. For too long, you have been voting because your father votes so, and my grandfather votes so, and you collect the same nonsense and we voted. We got to vote now for issues, policies, who will bring the betterment for us. There is where we're going to put your vote. The PPP fool the people. 5274, the people fool you. Look at the situation of the public road and they can't fix it. They are saying to you that you don't want it. Brother,
you had a stand.
Yes, go ahead.
Going in Hanif Dam, they had a stand on the road corner. Oh, going into Hanif Dam, they had a little stand out there. You know, councillor living just opposite, not too far from the area. You know, somebody pushed the stand in the drain. It did it for weeks and weeks. Somebody anyhow raised it up back. They push it back down in the drain. You know, it was reported to the NDC. It was drawn to the chairman attention at the NDC. You know until eventually happened? Somebody light the thing on fire and burn it just in the road corner.
Okay.
Without the 5274 NDC doing nothing about it. You know, when you go down Beach Road, you're going to know the story. Harbour John them had to be involved in the matter. When you go down to Beach Road, right, the vice chairman for the region, they're going to build one party over there for dry party. Millions and millions of dollars they waste. They now abandon the project.
Exactly.
That money what they spend there could have built a street at 66, buddy. That could have built a street at 66. You know, it built and it now abandoned and it left there millions of dollars they spend there. And now they recognize that, you know, you get school there, post office there, church there, people at Traverse there, government get a compound there, and all them things you didn't know all the time before you put on the platform there.
Exactly.
It's because they got to pass money from one man hand to the next man hand. Some get deep pocket, so you got to push plenty inside. So they have to find a way to pass some money. Why they not go all them lands that they get? So many land they get all over the place that between 52 74 that they could have gone and build that thing. Look what they gone and do there. So these are the kind of situations that happen. The same people that involve is the same people that continue to administrate. That is the problem. It's the same
Exactly.
people continue to administrate. Nothing, no action is taken against those people. You know, they continue to operate and do what they're doing, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, what they feel like to do, and nobody tells them anything.
Anything,
As
anything.
long
That's the
as
order.
long they're friends to the cabal and their families, and we get everything lock and tight. We're talking about employment. We talk about the street, right? People come out of university that can't get a job. People come out of university can't get employment.
Well, that,
And
that
if
that's a
they
big.
and if somebody in the ministry ain't like you, make it worse yet. They not employ you.
Exactly.
You know, and we
So
talking about one Guyana, and we talking about employment, and we talking about creating job. I want live to see me knowing me like I want live to see Skeleton Factory work back. I understand yesterday. I understand yesterday some of the people that they had there, they send them home. They said they had a couple of vacancies in security, and we can take on a couple of y'all. I go home. When they'll get to work, people suffering here, buddy. People will get in hardship. It's good, although it's good thing one people get a friend and family in America that they can go join the line of Western Union MoneyGram and collect a little $40 and $50 for them survive.
exactly. When you
Because
pass, yeah,
yeah,
when you
because
pass
when
and
you
you
have
see
a
the
quarantine, we ain't get nothing for people to do. The
exactly,
private sector asleep and the chambers asleep. You not hear from them. All them asleep. They drink sleeping tablet. The chambers and the private sector, them drink sleeping tablet. All them asleep. Them not send
Right
nothing.
about now, living in Guyana right about now, like I am in Guyana no more. I think I will go and yeah, me visa, and I go fly out, and I go to Burmese, and I go relax me because I am in Guyana no more. I am.
there is one. There is one in Guyana. She did
Yes,
in
Dinesh.
Guyana. So she moved to Burmese. So, brothers, I want to. We got a couple of minutes more. So,
Yes.
I want to for you to Fiaz take a 2 minutes, and then brother Anil take a 2 minutes, and so that we can wrap up
Yes,
tonight's program.
yes, Dineshwar. As Anil said, that the PPP again failed the people of Corriverton and Region 6 in the whole by not recommissioning the Skeldon sugar factory. And that was one of their bandwagon promises at the 2020 election.
Correct.
They went thirsty promising those people on the meeting, on the rallies, that they will recommission the Skeldon sugar factory. When the APNU AFC closed the sugar factory because of economic downfall, they said that we don't like the PPP supporters, but it was not that. What are they doing now? What
Exactly.
are the PPP doing now? Recommission the factory, get it working as you promised. The jobs that are in Corriverton are created by private sector businesses like the banks, police stations, public and private sector businesses like police stations and hospitals. Those people are being paid by the government. So the money, a little bit money is circulating in Corriverton. But the estate used to employ more than 7,000 people, but they severed some because of the economic diversification that the estate was going into. But the PPP made a lot of promises, blunt promises, and they will be accountable for it when it comes to the next.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much, my brother. Closing remarks, brother Sugrim. We are approaching program time.
I again want. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for 107.1 FM to have us on tonight. But what I want to see that people are treated fairly. the town councils and the NDCs need to use taxpayers' money to ensure that they get benefit out of the money. They must get streets, they must get lights, the street and parapet must clean and all of that. You know, the basic things that people need for their daily sustenance lies with the local democratic organ. And the local democratic organ, which is the NDCs and municipalities, haven't been able to provide that for the people. And if they cannot function and provide it for the people, well, then we get the people in there that can get the job done. And that is what haven't been happening. You know, that is what that have been happening. We need to get the people here that can get the job done, not people that involve in skullduggery and people that involved in their own personal business and in smuggling and in money laundering, and then they want to operate at the hem of the councils and the NDC. These are people that should not be there because they are the one robbing the revenue in the first place. They are the one that is charging government of their revenue by not paying their taxes and paying their fair share revenue to the state. And they are the one that you put in charge of municipalities and NDC to take people money to run the community for them, what they're living in. What you're telling me, man, what you're trying to let me understand.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brothers. And I know that time is not enough tonight. The steam, the rhythm in terms of the firing is on.
Time really was of essence, Dinesh.
Pardon me?
Time was really of essence.
Yes. And I know we will continue tomorrow. Next week we will touch on the education aspect of our young people. I would like if Brother Anil can be back next week so that we will talk about the majority of the young people out of job. We want to put the pressure on the government so that they will find the 50,000 jobs that they promised. Where is the job? And we will do that next week. I don't know the schedule for Fayaz, but we will work it out. But brothers, looking at the screen tonight, I am Pandit Dinesh, and with me tonight is Minister for Religion, Pastor Anil Sugrim, and Muslim brother Fayaz Mursalin, and we are celebrating Navratri, Lent, and Ramadan at the same time. Brothers and sisters, viewers, listeners, 107.1 family, we are your family. Pandit, Pastor, and a Muslim rep, all three of us fighting for the cause of the people in Region 6 and in Guyana. This is our one Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. We will continue to fight for you wherever you are. Send us the information. We will represent you at all costs because we are not the blow counselors. We will say it as it is. Who like it, like it. Who ain't like it, well, you got to haul it and go away. We're going to put it out every program, every day. So thank you very much again, brothers. Thank you very much, 107.1 family. See you next week. God bless. Good night.
Good night.
This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time.